So I think there's an opportunity to have Metrolinx and the MOT, NTO, Minister of Transport, and hopefully the minister who, unceremoniously left town last time without making an announcement, will come to this council and clearly identify what work they're doing and what their intentions are going forward. I hope that you will respect also the kind of the broader community view that that this is something that they would like to see proceed. You know what? The previous election did have something to say about that. It was, in fact, a referendum on LRT, and the referendum clearly indicated that the candidate that won was a large LRT supporter. And even though some of you supported the other candidate, which you're certainly entitled to do, the reality is that that is not the candidate that won, and clearly I think the community support for this is significantly demonstrated by virtue of the last election.
But I've been hearing it one too many times. If this was a referendum in the election, then I should never have won. And I won by almost 90%. And I won by almost 90%, especially in Bimbrook, where our mayor did win. So if this was to be a referendum, one of us would not have won in Bimbrook. I believe it came down to candidate. And I didn't root for one candidate over the other, but I believe it came down to candidate. So let's put that where it belongs. There were 5 of us that opposed it, and all but 4 of us are still politicians. And the 5th one that was replaced by another anti-LRT person. So we cannot keep saying this, folks.
I mean, there's just so many moving parts to this, and it keeps changing all the time. The cost, I am really concerned that, the cost, we were supposed to see a memorandum of agreement with all the costs laid out, I think 4 years ago, 3 years ago, and then 2 years ago. We've not seen anything. And quite frankly, in the last couple of years, certainly in the last year, Hamilton seems to have been cut right out of this. I do not support this project, not as an LRT. I do support the funding coming in for higher order transit, but not for the LRT project. So that's my position on it. Thank you.
So I just want to talk about 2 things. Number one is the so-called referendum. If it was a referendum, which I don't think it was, the cost has gone from $1 billion to at least $3.5 billion, and the scope has been reduced significantly. And so that don't count anymore when it's changed. Now, the mayor said that there's been some adjustments. It's been stood on its head. With the price going up exponentially and the scope being shortened, and yet we're left out. And so I don't care if the province wants to assume something. The old military statement is, assumption is the mother of all screw-ups.